Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. I have gone through the new Zombies Chronicles storyline trailer and broken down all of the hidden images and some of the hidden stuff that wasn't apparent on first viewing that I think you guys are going to be interested in, including the rather peculiar Richtofen image that's probably going to end up being the thumbnail of this video. So, without further ado, let's watch through it with a slowed down version containing all of the hidden images shown nice and clearly, and that bonus stuff will then come afterwards. Here we go.
Peggy 18.
Peggy 18, as per usual. We see Samantha. She's looking in her little snow globe. If you want to watch the full trailer for this, by the way, the link is in the description down below on my channel. I have the full unedited version if that's what you want to watch. Right now, though, we're breaking it down, okay? Goes into the snow globe, we start seeing Verrucht, we're at the jug machine, we see that there's gobblegum in these remastered maps, and we're zooming through with this weird green effect on the sides of our screen. Then, goes from Verrucht, transitions with that snow globe effect to Nacht an Toten. As you can see, that green effect is still around on the sides of the screen, and we're just coming up now to the first set of 5 hidden images. So it actually transitions to Shino Numa, and this is when we see our first hidden images just here, and they are a set of dogs. Shino Numa was the first map in which we actually saw dogs being introduced in Zombies, and so I guess that kind of makes sense as to why they are being shown there. We transition once again to Kino der Toten. Looks pretty awesome, I have to say, and we see more hidden images now with the Nova Crawlers, and this time around, once again, it sort of makes sense because we saw Nova Crawlers for the first time in Kino and 5, so that's, I guess, a little bit of a recap as to when they were introduced into the Zombies sort of history and timeline. We keep moving forwards, we go back to Samantha's room, and we see some more flashes here just before the mystery box, the mini mystery box, is opened up. Some really interesting kind of zombie silhouettes and things. It goes inverted there, the box opens, and then the camera keeps swirling around. You've got that green effect still on the screen. Then we see some more inverted images there, and some more zombies, and those ones look a little clearer than the ones we saw a moment ago. That one, though, is not very clear at all, so some of this is kind of easy to tell what it is, some of it is pretty much impossible. We're going to zoom under the bed here, and we're going to see that there's actually a green squiggle thing on the floor. Some people were tweeting me that, so I figured I would include it in this video. And then we see some more images. There's an inverted one. There are some more zombies that pop up. Then we see some more of those, the very same zombies, and I guess this is basically a repeated shot of that same kind of horde as it goes through. We then see that the Civil Protector, or the giant robot model here, is going to get knocked over. We're going to zoom in towards Samantha and go back into the snow globe as she is playing with her toys there. Note that just a moment ago when she was playing with those toys, her toys were assembled. So, for example, your Richtofen model, the little kind of toy model for Richtofen, was put together. That'll be relevant in a moment. We see some more flashes here of some zombies, this time looking really gnarly. That one looks like the one from Origins with all the sort of bullets like embedded in its head. Then we see this weird sort of flash of Moon, and it's like a blend of 2 places in Moon, but then it just cuts to this one area of the Moon, which is just below the spawn in that map. And we're going to go towards the Biodome, but then transition to Shangri-La. Here we see another zombie in one of those sort of, I guess, caps of the Third Reich, something like that. Again, kind of Origins-themed zombies there. They were not Shangri-La-themed zombies. This is something I felt was really interesting. Okay, those are some more zombie shots there, actually, but this appears to be a horde of shriekers. I just thought that was kind of cool. I don't really know why that's something that's being shown to us. We keep going forwards, and we see some more shots of zombies here, once again in this kind of weird green flash kind of state. And then there's this weird overlay on the screen. I don't know what that is. It's just a bit weird. We see that shot of a zombie, which looks bizarre. There's a skull there with some kind of coil next to it, which was really interesting. We keep moving through. We see some more flashes. There is the Panzer from Der Eisendrache's trailer. We see some more zombies with these kind of boils on their heads and stuff. Some more shots of zombies there. And then this! What was that? That kind of weird, like, infection-looking thing? We see some skulls. Like, there are some really, really intriguing and interesting images in here, and I don't really know what a lot of them are, so if you want to post your thoughts in the comments down below, then by all means do that. Like, what is that? Really reminds me of the Black Ops 3 campaign, so that's bizarre. We keep moving forwards. We hear these strange whispers, and we'll come back to those in a moment, but then, poof, Sam disappears in a puff of smoke almost, which is really bizarre, and as she does so, there are a load of zombies that show up in her kind of, I guess, disappearing bits of atoms of whatever is left of her. We then finally see this shot, and I wanted to point out that the figures have been disassembled there, so Sam disappears, the figures break apart, which is an interesting kind of analogy. She shuts the window, and the trailer ends. That was a bit of a mouthful for me, that was a bit of a whirlwind indeed, but we're not done, okay? Because there are several things that I want to point out now to do with reversed audio, okay? I'm going to play you something right now that is the first instance of it sounding like there might be something reversed in the trailer, okay? Have a listen. Did you hear that? It sounded like there was almost a whisper of, Sam, help me? Or something like that. Let's play it again. So, very bizarre, I'm sure you'll agree. There's also then this next shot, which is similarly kind of suspicious sounding. So, not too sure what exactly those particular sounds were. It does really sound like Sam help me to me, but that might be a case of pareidolia, which is basically when you hear something or you see something that you think is there, but it's only there because you're thinking it's there before you've seen it, sort of thing. Like you're looking for a pattern and so you see one, but there's no pattern really. So that might be the effect that we're seeing there. But the clearest audio of all comes in a separate part of the clip that happens right at the end of the trailer when Sam is looking a little bit confused. She kind of looks behind her and she's holding that snow globe. I'm going to play the clip in reverse once again now. So, I'm sure you can agree, it certainly seems like something is saying, "Die, Samantha"? Maybe? Or it could be something like, "Die, Sophia" or something? It's kind of hard to hear it, of course, but it's really interesting to me that if we play it in reverse, Sam has disappeared and then phases back into view sort of thing, looks behind her, and as she does so, this ethereal kind of dark influence in her room seems to say, "Die, Samantha," and she looks back at it. She confronts whatever demonic presence is in her room for a split second, which I thought was really, really interesting. There's other really interesting stuff in the trailer, of course, as well. Just, I mean, the fact that Sam disappears in the first place, and the fact that she then closes the window when she comes back into the room is really interesting, because I'm sure many of you will remember the make sure the windows are locked before you come down to the basement line from Origins. That's something that we've had repeated time and time again in Black Ops 3. There have been ciphers and radios and messages and all sorts saying that one of the things that Maxis basically repeats to the kids is that they absolutely must shut the windows before they come down to the basement. And that's exactly what we see Samantha doing here. She comes back into the room, she looks sort of a bit concerned, I suppose, and then goes straight towards the window and shuts it instantly. Why? That's the question. What exactly is the deal with shutting the windows before she comes down to the basement? The thing that's really intriguing to me is that there's an entire section of the zombie storyline that is left off the timeline that we got the other day. It's not on there, and it's not referred to at all. And my presumption right now is because of the fact that Monty seems to be the author of much of that timeline, and Richtofen then just read it and signed it himself, it seems like he might be missing things off that he's either not aware of himself, or that he doesn't really want to be put down as part of history. And the thing that's going on outside the house that we've completely not had referenced in that timeline, but have had referenced throughout Black Ops 3, is seemingly the reason why Samantha is having to close the windows here, and why Maxis keeps referring to that fact as well. It's really bizarre. The last thing that I want to say in this video, though, is that this is not all. There may have been other things that you guys have noticed in this trailer, and if so, leave them in the comments down below. While you're doing it, drop a like on the video, that would be fantastic. But the thumbnail of this video is Richtofen. What the hell? Call of Duty uploaded this video to their YouTube channel, and for a little while before it, I guess, updated, Richtofen was the thumbnail. And it's old Richtofen in his basically Third Reich uniform, and it sort of looks like he's in Nachtrun Toten from the background. But this does not appear anywhere in this trailer, so is this some kind of other strange hint from Treyarch, or is this some kind of unusual teaser towards whatever the next trailer is going to be? Treyarch have said that this is the music video for Zombies Chronicles, so are we going to get some kind of cinematic intro or something in the next couple of days, or maybe during the 8 Days of the Undead that Treyarch are doing? I don't know. I'm fascinated by this, and I want answers. Okay, JC.
What's up?
I just got to the end of recording my breakdown. You send me a cheeky little DM. You're like, Milo, we need to talk.
Freaking out.
We need to talk.
Dude, I just streamed my reaction to it. I started later than everybody, so I just got to the end with all this reversing the audio stuff that everybody's talking about.
Yeah.
And somebody in my chat said that they heard lies in the theater. Noah said it's called Die Samantha is what you can hear.
Yeah.
But I hear lies in the theater. That is what I hear. And it might be just because I saw that phrase and I hear it. But I hear something. I don't hear Samantha. I know that. I don't hear Samantha at all.
I feel like the word Samantha isn't necessarily there, but it does definitely sound like... It's almost as if it says, like, dies in the theater. Like, it's kind of slowed down a bit more. Like, just the implications of what?
Yeah.
What?
Like, I hear, like, when I hear lies in the theater.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
Yeah,
it's exactly how I hear
what I'm hearing. Yeah.
And I'm just like...
Oh.
So it's something at the end that has, like, a...
Yeah. Yeah.
There's, like, a at the end.
There's a specific... That's a syllable right there. It's not like theater. Like if you were a Brit, you'd be like, lies in the theater. Like, it's not that. It's theater. There's a...
It's like, and it's said that way just to make us like freaking sit here and go, okay, why are they pronouncing this out weird? Like it's sounding out, it's like, it's just like having like a meltdown. But so I'm really confused.
In terms of the story,
yes.
What does this trailer mean, first of all? And secondly, lies in the theater? Like flies in the theater? What are we talking about?
Whatever it says, we have no, this could be completely wrong, but I'm just... Like, whatever, there's something said.
Yeah.
They specifically put it like that for a reason.
Absolutely.
And I'm just really confused. Why did she just poof out?
She's just like,
she's peaced out.
Like,
it's like one of those, like, TV shows where you're like, you go back in time and you find your older self or something, but by doing that, you, like, rewrite the past, and your other one disappears.
Yeah. Well, it's like, you know, in your interview with Jason where he's like, yeah, okay, this is the part where you alpha fade me out. Like, we've just done that to Samantha. Just like, see ya.
It was so funny. I was saying on my stream, when I was talking to him just kind of like off camera down here, I was telling him how much I loved the music videos that they do. And I'm so glad that that's a tradition. And little did I know that this man was sitting there going, this is going to come next week. I'm like, oh my God, it's so great. I love that they did this, but I'm so confused at the same time.
Well, this is the thing as well, is while we were at Treyarch the other day, I was like, for some reason, the quote, make sure the windows are locked before you come down to the basement came up. And I just started nerding out. I was like, this is the best quote that's ever been written in the history of man. Like, I was just having a good time. And Jason was behind me, and he kind of tapped me on the shoulder and went, yo, if you like that quote, make sure you check out the stream on Monday. And I was like, oh,
what?
Okay, little did I know. Like, bruh, what?
That's what he does. He doesn't tell you anything, and you'll just be talking with him. And another thing I was telling him about is that you know, Lex and me have always talked about it'd be cool if they did like Overwatch styled events that kind of like happen throughout a season of the game.
Yeah.
And then they're having an event.
Right.
They're having an event. I'm like, what the heck? And I'm like, are you joking? You were actually doing, like, I feel like I wish I could talk to him again and just be like, wow, you were actually planning an event and I was telling you, like, as feedback to do an event and you're actually doing one. I'm like, what the heck?
He's the meme king, I swear. Like, at this point, just, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's got to the point now where I'm just lost. I just don't know what the hell their plan is, because this has all got to be kind of pushing us in a certain direction for the story. It has to.
Yeah.
But the fact that they've dropped the timeline to, like, stop us from worrying about all that stuff now in the past, and
it's like, hey, here's the future. Go.
Yeah. Like that old stuff, you can stop worrying about it. There's a new kind of, like, story in town, but bruh.
I have a question.
Oh.
I have a question. How come, all right, so this thing that's like this whole thing is like in a first person flying.
Yes,
right,
and something that Jason has said to me in the past is that it is important, and this is a long time ago. He's like, it's important to consider who you are in a trailer.
Because, like, in Origins, the camera was Dempsey in the ending, right?
You were looking through Dempsey, right?
Yeah, like that was the camera in the ending cutscene of Origins,
right?
So there's something here, because as well as the camera's moving around, it's knocking over things.
Yeah,
this spirit thing or whatever that's flying around through all these maps. And when it comes back to, like, Samantha's room in the house, it knocks over, like, the toys. Like, you see the toys go,
pieces get knocked over.
Just piece out of the way.
The candles get extinguished as well.
Yes.
So, like,
you hear whispers and the whispers too.
Yeah.
So it's like it is something. Like,
there's
what is
some
I don't know.
Dark presence here, and I'm just like, well then, wow.
Yeah,
Man,
there's so much to take in.
There have been a lot of people that have said that the whole kind of, I guess, pushing forth of the dark ethereal influence in the timeline is something that they're now going to expand on, because of the fact that they've introduced the concept more formally, and so this is like a way of them showing that. But just everything about this trailer, the way that there's this weird energy, and then it starts kind of going through the maps, and it shows us all these flashes of zombies and dogs and Nova crawlers and zombies from Origins and all sorts of stuff. And then it comes back to Sam's room and it starts knocking over toys, and then it kind of goes behind her and says, like, there are lies in the theater? Like, bro.
Can you imagine just, like, this poor girl sitting here with a little snow globe, all of a sudden hears...
Like, can you imagine just being in your room, you're, like, just playing with your little toys, and then behind you just hear, you die in the theater. Like, what? Like, come on.
And it's kind of weird because, like, we don't know again if it says theater. We have no idea what it says. But that's just like, that's what I hear out of it right now.
It's just,
that'll probably we'll probably look really stupid in maybe a day or so.
But will we ever, like, I don't know if we're ever gonna figure out this.
That's true. That's very true. But, like, the theater, remember, that was the original Samantha room map, like, which is interesting. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, that whole area from Origins kind of, like, it was kind of like, it looks kind of the same. Like, I know it's different.
Sure.
But
it's Sam's room from Kino.
It's still Sam's room from Kino in that same, like that was a big thing in Kino, was Sam's room. And then when it says, like, lies in the theater and it's talking right next to Sam, I'm like, and maybe we need to go there or something. I don't know.
We also have in the timeline, we have Richtofen when he disassociates himself with the Illuminati, and he says, as his kind of, like, his explanation, he says, well, Teddy was a liar. So, I don't know, man. Like, So anyway, I want to wrap this up here, but JC, it's been great to talk. I think,
awesome, man. I enjoyed the talk. I enjoyed meeting you at the event, too.
Yeah, like, I think this is the first time we've actually done, like, a video type thing on my channel together.
You shook my head around on a video recently. You took a picture
I
of me
did
shook
indeed.
it. That's what you did. That was like, that's an interesting way to do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That was a thing that happened. But yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, guys, drop a like on it as well. Check out JC's channel in the description down below. And yeah, what do you think it says, guys? We're gonna wrap this up here. See you later, guys. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Perfect, dude.
There you go.
That was spicy. I like that a lot.